This week's project, we're on my Skeeter boat, and what we're going to be doing is adding rod holders, also known as rocket launchers, and helping me today, my buddy Greg from Marina Oil Services. And not only does he do oil services, he does lots of boat repairs, and he's going to help me install these. And one of the things with the Skeeter boat's a great boat, but I never ordered it with rod holders. And now that we want to start doing a little bit of trolling stuff on the boat, we got to have these.
Time to put them in.
Yeah, and it's lobster season too. They'll come in handy.
Yeah, they sure do.
Okay, so how do we get started?
Well, first what we want to do is find out where we're going to put them.
We've already decided that.
We've already got an idea on that. Now we have to make sure that there's no wires, like from the bow light or any kind of shift cables or anything going through. So what we're going to do is take off our inspection plate, and I'm going to stick my arm in there and just feel around to make sure that we're not going to saw into anything.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is unscrew this inspection plate. There's 4 screws in here, and slide it around. Then I'm going to feel up here to make sure there's no wires or anything from the bow lights and no cables or anything like that, and I think we're pretty good.
Well, we've already looked underneath the gunnel. We know there's no wires there.
No wires or cables, right?
So this is our spot that we want to go ahead and drill and put in our first rod holder. And we're going to put it right in here. Not going to go directly back, but we're going to have a slight angle.
Okay.
What we did before we got to this point is we took our rod holder and the tube part of it, made sure that we had the right size hole cutter.
Right. Hole saw.
Hole saw, right. And real quick, let's show the tool that we're using today.
We're using a dewalt 18-volt screw gun. Got plenty of power to do anything you want, and it works real good.
Yeah, you should have one of these in your house. And
everybody's got a screw gun, and it works really good for what we're doing today.
Yeah, on your boat too.
Yeah.
And then this particular part?
This is a hole saw. They come in kits, so you can have any size you want. DeWalt also makes these, and I've used them forever, and they last a long time, and they've never let me down.
Cool. All right, well, let's get started.
Okay, so we'll just go right in the middle. We're just going to eyeball this one, right between the non-skid and right.
Looks good.
And our hole is drilled. That's all there is to it.
Cool. Okay, we got the hole all cut out.
We're going to clean it up, and we're going to measure our angle, drill our holes for our screw, and then we're done. Okay, we've determined we want the angle to go about like that. Okay. So we just take our screw gun, take the same bit, the same hole saw.
I'm just going to widen that up a little bit.
Widen it up a little bit. Little by little.
So just made it a little bit longer.
Just kind of made a little oblong, as you can kind of see.
Yeah.
And now we have a flush fit. Okay, we got the hole at the right angle down, so all we got to do is put the gasket back on, do one more fit to make sure everything's good and flush, and we got a real good tight fit here. So we'll take the gasket back off and drill the pilot holes for the screws. Okay. Let's drill our first hole right here. All right, we've drilled our pilot holes. We've put the gasket back on. Final step is we're going to add a little adhesive underneath here to kind of keep any kind of water from leaking into the gunnel in rough seas, and then put our screws in, and we're done. So hold that for me, Dan. Just put a bead around here.
So it's a sealer and a glue, right?
Right. You can use 5200, 4200. You can use silicone. And I put enough sealant to where it's going to seal the screws as well. Gasket looks good. Everything looks good, so we're ready to button it down.
Looks good, Greg.
Perfect.
Man, that was an easy project.
Yeah, what did it take? 10 minutes from start to finish?
Yeah, 10 minutes, about maximum amount of time. You got this rod holder just perfectly where we wanted it, so you go right behind the boat. And the reason I put it in here, you can see where we are inside the cockpit, is I didn't want to put it all the way in the back, just in case I'm out there and it's rough seas. I don't have to send somebody out on the edge of the boat to get it.
Right.
So right here they still have a little bit
It's
of
real handy, and if you decide to go fishing by yourself, it's easy to grab from the helm.
Right. So this.
So they're all they're in a good position, you know, where everything's comfortable.
The whole key to getting this job done so quickly was the tools we used, and using the dewalt drill gun, it worked out really nice.
Right, and if you have one of these in your garage, you can do this job by yourself.
Yeah, I'm big.
If you already own one,
Yeah.
you're qualified to do this job. So it's really an easy, simple installation, and you can put as many as you want.
Let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing.